Yep, I'm still at TIFF. Okay, let's just get right right into it here. I have seen a lot of funny movies this year at TIFF, which I will talk about at a later time. I've seen Hitman, American Fiction, The Holdovers. I've seen a lot of funny movies, but I just got out of seeing Nyad, the new movie from Netflix about Diana Nyad, the swimmer, and let me tell you, none of those movies come fucking close to how much I was laughing at this movie. Wow. So let me back up a little bit. You know me, right? I say this all the time. I will always, always, always prefer a bad movie that makes me laugh or is entertainingly bad or unintentionally funny. I will always prefer that over a competently made but boring movie. I will always choose the one that at least makes me have a good time with it. Well, I found that movie in Nyad. There were scenes, I was wearing a jacket, I was covering my face because I was laughing so hard. I had I had actual tears in my eyes. I was actually crying laughing, and I unironically can't wait for everyone to see the one scene that I'm talking about. So Diana Nyad in her 60s attempts to accomplish her goal of swimming from Cuba to Florida, something she wasn't able to do even in her late 20s. Yeah, this movie is just not well crafted at all. The visual style is either non-existent or just very standard for a sports movie, which is kind of surprising considering it's the same cinematographer as Top Gun Maverick, Claudio Miranda. The screenplay is like almost atrocious. I mean, these poor actors having to say the most film student dialogue you've ever heard of, and none of it is helped with the most choppy and unnecessary editing. So the movie does utilize real life footage from the actual event with Diana Nyad, and it'll kind of incorporate that throughout the movie. I understand that. I have no problem with that, but even that wasn't handled very well. And they also cut that with Diana Nyad's backstory of her trauma, and their use of that was pretty bad. I understand it's trying to show that that's just another layer to her perseverance and why she's so determined, but it was just executed in such a poor way and honestly got a little gimmicky, which is sad considering the actual story. And unfortunately, I do gotta say, I did not like Annette Bening's performance in this at all. Now, I understand it's probably a deliberate choice. I mean, Annette Bening is obviously a great actress. No one would ever deny that, but God, everything was just so awkward. It never felt natural at all. It felt like I was watching a daytime television show. She tries her best. It's a very physical performance. And honestly, I do think she's pretty good when she's actually swimming. She plays that exhaustion and triumph very well. But everything outside the water is... And I don't even want to say that because if you pay attention at all here, like I don't like blaming actors. I really don't. I find that a lot of it is with the script or the directors. And in this case, I still would put most of the blame on that, but I can't in good conscience say that Annette Bening gave a good performance in my opinion. Now, I do think Jodie Foster and Rhys Ifans are pretty good. They're at the very least believable, and it seems natural with them, and I think they actually are a pretty good foil to Nyad's character. Okay, so I know it sounds like I'm panning this movie and setting it up to be like my least favorite movie of the year. I'm not, because I know that's all pretty bad, but I'll be damned if I didn't have a good time watching this movie. Because, yeah, I know there was a clip going around on Twitter where they released a first look at Nyad, and, people are kind of dunking on that because it's very awkward. And it's true. There's very awkward dialogue, and in a way that is funny because it is just extremely awkward. But there is one particular scene in the water that literally had me rolling. Even as I was walking out of the theater, talking to the people I saw it with, I could not get over that scene. I was still laughing while walking. I felt like I was talking myself into actually liking this movie. I really want to talk about it like so bad. I almost just want to spoil it. I'm not going to, but I want to because that's how ridiculous it gets. And it is kind of true. Like little scenes like that are just so purely entertaining, and it just made me laugh that it honestly made me like the movie more because I can say what I want. At the end of the day, I still don't think this was a boring movie by any means, and you add a scene like that, like, yeah, give it to me. And to be fair, if you are liking this movie up to the point, then yeah, the ending is great. Okay, it is. Just to me, since I wasn't enjoying everything leading up to it, the ending didn't feel earned enough to make me, really feel something. But, obviously I know this is still somewhat of a liked movie between people. So I'm sure in that case, the ending is a complete knockout for sure. I went into this movie with, I think, the most optimistic mindset out of the people I was seeing it with. And I'm genuinely baffled at how bad I thought it was walking out. But like I said, I laughed my ass off. I unironically had a good time, and I will prefer that over a boring movie. So it's kind of one of those movies. But Nyad, 2 stars. That one scene might get a 5-star from me though. That one scene might. It comes to Netflix on November 3rd, and I think you should watch it. I really think you should watch it. There's a chance people like it. All right, obviously, like I think so, but I don't know, man. It was hilarious. It's the funniest movie I've seen at TIFF. I'll see you on the next one.